Well, today, you're about to experience the entire journey like never before, because we are diving straight into the fast-paced, highly coordinated, surprisingly dramatic world of cucumber farming and industrial pickling. A world where modern technology, natural ecosystems, heavy machinery, agricultural science, and precise food engineering all merge into one non-stop operation. And by the time we reach the end, you'll understand exactly how a tiny seed dropped into the Texas soil eventually becomes that perfectly crunchy pickle slice sitting on your plate, crisp, sour, and full of flavor. And trust me, this journey is far more intense, intricate, and fascinating than most people ever imagine. Our story starts in one of America's top cucumber-producing regions, Plainview, located in northern Texas between Amarillo and Lubbock. A seemingly quiet area that is actually a powerhouse for agriculture thanks to its special combination of sandy loam soil that drains efficiently, cool and low humidity nights that protect plants from disease, and the elevated terrain that creates an ideal temperature range for cucumber vines to flourish rapidly. All of these natural advantages make Plainview one of the most productive cucumber regions in the entire country, where fields stretch as far as the eye can see and the yield per acre outperforms many other growing zones. Before cucumbers ever begin to grow, farmers prepare the land with incredible precision. Powerful tilling machines break up the soil to increase airflow around the roots. Irrigation systems are activated to create the perfect moisture level for germination, and nutrient-rich fertilizers are spread throughout the fields to supply the nitrogen, potassium, and essential minerals the plants will need to develop strong vines and healthy fruit. Everything is calculated, tested, and optimized long before planting even begins. Once the fields are ready, modern high-capacity seeding machines move across the land like mechanical giants, planting thousands of cucumber seeds every minute at exactly the right spacing and depth, ensuring that every row grows evenly and efficiently. Within a single day, these machines can plant dozens of acres, and entire fields can be completed in record time thanks to their speed and accuracy. Around a week after planting, the first tiny green shoots break through the soil, marking the beginning of the 50-day growing cycle. From this moment forward, farmers must manage weeds, water flow, and soil health non-stop, so tractors sweep through the rows to remove unwanted plants, break the soil surface for better absorption, and maintain ideal conditions, while overhead irrigation systems equipped with massive circular sprinklers provide consistent hydration across hundreds of feet, ensuring each plant receives the right amount of water even under the blazing Texas sun. But despite all the technology in the fields, none of it would matter without one of nature's smallest yet most essential workers, the honeybee. Cucumber plants produce male and female flowers, and without proper pollination, fruit simply cannot form, especially because each female flower must be visited around 10 times within the single day it blooms. Otherwise, the cucumber will grow crooked, deformed, or not at all. To guarantee strong pollination, farmers bring in roughly 100 honeybee hives packed with thousands of bees that work tirelessly from morning until evening, transferring pollen, improving fruit development, and dramatically increasing crop yield. Without these buzzing helpers, cucumber production would decline rapidly. As the days pass, the vines grow wide and thick, the leaves expand into large green umbrellas, and tiny cucumbers begin to appear beneath the foliage. By late May, harvesting season begins, and because cucumbers grow extremely quickly, sometimes increasing in size overnight, farmers must keep a strict watch on their development. Pickling cucumbers must fall within a very specific diameter range, generally between 1.5 and 1.75 inches, and if they exceed that size even slightly, they lose their value for pickling purposes. This means farmers only have about 24 hours to harvest cucumbers that have reached the ideal size, turning the harvest into a time-sensitive race that requires skill, precision, and constant monitoring. To meet this deadline, advanced cucumber harvesters roam through the fields processing row after row. These enormous machines are equipped with front-mounted blades that slice the stems, rotating chain systems that lift the plants and pull them inside, and specialized rollers that gently detach the cucumbers from the vines without crushing or bruising them. After separation, the cucumbers move onto a conveyor belt inside the machine and travel upward, where they're deposited into large bins mounted above. Meanwhile, trucks drive alongside the harvester at the same speed, swapping out full bins for empty ones to keep the machine running continuously. These machines are capable of gathering up to 50,000 pounds of cucumbers per hour, and on a massive 3,000-acre farm, every minute counts. With several harvesters and dozens of workers operating at once, the farm can produce a staggering 30 to 35 million pounds of cucumbers each year, enough to supply pickle processors across the country. While mechanical harvesting is the standard for large producers, some smaller or more traditional farms still use a labor-intensive method inspired by German agriculture, involving vehicles known as winged carts. These low-profile machines allow workers to lie down on their stomachs while slowly moving along the rows, hand-picking cucumbers and placing them onto a small conveyor belt. Although this approach is gentle and precise, it is far slower and requires significantly more labor, making it impractical for large-scale operations but still useful for certain specialty growers. Once the cucumbers are harvested, time becomes critical, because freshness affects firmness, and firmness affects pickle quality. The cucumbers are transported immediately to a temporary cleaning station where they're unloaded onto a long conveyor system. Powerful, high-pressure water jets wash away dirt, soil, and debris from each cucumber's surface, and while the water streams are forceful, they are carefully engineered so that the cucumbers remain undamaged. The wash water is mixed with a mild chlorine solution to ensure full sanitation and eliminate any harmful microorganisms. After the wash cycle, workers stationed along the conveyor visually inspect each cucumber, removing any that are broken, scarred, misshapen, or outside the acceptable size range. Only high-quality produce continues to the next step. The cucumbers then pass through a mechanical sizing system that sorts them into various categories based on diameter and length, because pickle factories require extremely consistent sizing for different products such as whole pickles, spears, chips, baby dills, and more. Uniformity ensures that every jar on the shelf contains pickles that match perfectly in appearance and texture. Once sorted, the cucumbers are transferred into specialized transportation trucks that move them swiftly to the industrial pickling facility, where the next and most important phase begins, turning freshly harvested cucumbers into long-lasting pickles. Upon arrival at the pickle plant, the scale of the operation becomes immediately clear. Enormous brine tanks, some as large as swimming pools, fill the processing yard, each holding thousands of gallons of saltwater brine and capable of curing massive quantities of cucumbers at once. Many modern plants can handle up to 35 million pounds of cucumbers in brine simultaneously, a number that reflects the huge national demand for pickled foods. The trucks unload the cucumbers into intake channels, and from there, the produce is funneled into the brine tanks. Once submerged, the cucumbers begin their transformation. Depending on the type of pickle being produced, fermented or vinegar-based, the cucumbers will undergo different processes. For traditional fermented pickles, naturally occurring bacteria consume the sugars in the cucumbers and produce lactic acid, which gradually infuses the cucumbers with a tangy, sour flavor while preserving them safely for long periods. Fermentation must be monitored closely because temperature, brine concentration, and acidity all influence the final taste and crunch. For sweet pickles or vinegar pickles, the cucumbers may be placed in tanks containing vinegar, sugar, salt, spices, garlic, dill, or other flavorings, allowing them to absorb the mixture and develop their final taste. Throughout this curing and pickling phase, advanced monitoring systems continuously measure the brine's chemical balance, temperature, and acidity, while trained technicians sample the tanks regularly to ensure the process is proceeding correctly. Even a minor imbalance in salt content or temperature can affect the finished product's texture or safety, so constant supervision is essential. After the curing stage is complete, which may take weeks depending on the desired pickle type, the pickles are removed from the tanks and sent into the processing facility where they're rinsed, checked for defects, resorted if needed, and prepared for packaging. High-speed slicers cut some pickles into chips, spears, or halves, while others remain whole. The prepared pickles move into filling machines that pack them into jars or plastic containers filled with final brine or flavoring solutions, and then automated sealing equipment closes each jar tightly to maintain freshness. The jars are heat-treated or pasteurized depending on the product type, then labeled, boxed, palletized, and shipped to distribution centers before eventually arriving on store shelves